Hello to this masterclass on trademark, where we will be looking into understanding trademark and how your business can benefit from trademark. We'll be looking into choosing the best class for your business, avoiding common trademark mistakes that trademark owners make at the outset, and how you can then have a smooth registration process. We'll also look into how to deal with infringement, understanding what trademark infringement means to begin, and then knowing exactly what to do when you find someone infringing your registered trademark. And we're going to wrap up this section by looking at choosing the right attorney, what to look out for before choosing an attorney for your registration. So at the end of this section, we would be looking to achieving all of these objectives. So without further ado, let's get started. Just before we get started, this is me. I am an IP lawyer and a real estate lawyer, but for the purposes of this class, let's keep it at IP lawyer, with over half a decade of experience specializing in intellectual property law, particularly copyrights and trademarks, right? And over the years, I have advised creatives across different sectors, really, on protecting their intellectual property and also benefiting from their intellectual creations. And yes, I do provide practical insights to clients just to help them make informed decision about their creative works and to help them navigate what seems to be the complex terrain of intellectual property. This will help my client, fully capitalize on their creations. And I am a managing partner at Omolere & Omolere Law Firm. Now that we have done that, let's move straight into the first module for this course. It's really going to be quick and straight to the point, just giving you the information that you need to know with respect to understanding trademark and then choosing the best type. So what is a trademark to start with, right? If we're talking about protecting your trademark, we have to first know what it is in the first place. It is really a word or a symbol that distinguishes your goods or your services from that of another person in the same market. So it is your identity, what separates one person from another person. So my name is Abisola, for example. So there's millions and millions and millions of people in the world, right? But I am Omolere Abisola Whitlin, and there really is only one of that. And so it's the same case for you. So it's really like that identity. So it's really beyond the name, quite frankly. Of course there may be another Bisola as well, but your trademark is what really separates you from every other person, even in your class. So it's like your badge of origin. So now that I'm talking about it, you tell me what comes to mind. Whether you are in the business of goods or maybe in the business of, selling services, let's say the options that you have for a registrable trademark. Under the Nigerian system, you could, interestingly, register your trademark in one of three ways. You could register it as a word mark only, in which case it will protect just a word. Or you could register it as a logo mark only, which is just like an image that would then protect the image. Or you could register it, interestingly, as both word mark and logo mark, in which case what you will be protecting is the word and the logo. And I should just say at this point that this is kind of different in some other jurisdictions where you have to protect them separately. You really don't have that word mark and logo mark going together. You have to either do the word mark or the logo mark, or do each of them separately. But the Nigerian system gives you the option of actually registering it as a word mark or as a logo mark, or as both a word and a logo mark on the one registration. So let's see what is the right type for you, right? And now it looks very easy on the surface, like, oh well, I could always register word and logo, but I'd say that it depends. So for instance, I have three logos here on my screen. We can see this Canva logo is really word and logo, really. So it's a blend of both. And so that just tells us that this will be best protected under the word and logo mark, because it's a combination of both of them. And this is Just Do It. This is the famous Nike trademark. of just do it. Now, because this doesn't have any image attached to it, it wouldn't make any sense to protect it as a logo mark or even as a word and logo mark. So what you want to do for this is protect it under the name mark, because, or just a word mark, because that's what it is. And this, I'm sure you know what this is. If you are in the music, you don't even need to be in the music business to know. So this is the Spotify logo. So you see, it doesn't really have any word to it. Like, it's just a logo. And the best place to register this kind of mark under will be, again, a word and logo mark, because stand up will be just a logo mark, I beg your pardon, because it doesn't have any word on it. It's just a logo, you see. So now at this point, I just want you to think about your brand and then try to see what class is best, or what type of trademark, let me say, that is best for you, just based off on this information that you have. So this is also one of the questions that we ask, what type of mark, if you decide to do your trademark registration with us, we would want to know what type of mark it is, and this can help you best to decide. So there are also other classes of intellectual property. When you hear intellectual property, it's not just trademark. There are other classes of intellectual property like copyright and patent, and I have an entire system on copyright, because it's one of the area of intellectual property that I focus on. And so I have different content around that. So then you get to see that trademark is different and separate from copyright. Copyright really protects creations of the mind. And then patent also is different or separate from trademark. Patent is the branch of intellectual property that protects inventions. And then business name registration or business registration, again, business name registration is actually not even an intellectual property. It's business registration. And there's usually there's a form of conflict between trademark and registration that people are not aware of. And as you get to see in the end of this course, you get to just know all about that and see how your business can benefit from a trademark registration, because every business ought to be registered with the CSC, right? And that's a business registration. But then a lot of people do not take the time to trademark their business name, and then a person who has a trademark, whose trademark is being infringed upon by business registration, then can take action against the new business that is infringing on his trademark. So we get to discuss this more in the course of this section. Having said that, why do you think that you would need, or why would you need a trademark, and how your business can benefit from trademark registration? There are different reasons why you should consider having a trademark, because your business can benefit from them. And one of the foremost reason is the fact that it gives you legal protection. So you're able to safeguard your brand from theft and imitation. And what does this mean? Trademark serves to distinguish your product from that of a competitor. So that means that if you're able to protect that, then it is because of your trademark, your clients will be able to know what product exactly comes from you and the one that does not originate from you. So it does more than one thing. It protects you on the one hand from imitation by other people who would want to just ride on the goodwill of your brand, to take advantage of what you're building for your business. So it protects you on the one hand, on that wise, and on the other hand, it also protects your clients from patronizing other people that they would believe to be you. And you really want to have this protection on your end, because it helps. You want to be able to stop other people from using a name so similar to yours, other people doing the same business that you do, from using a name so similar to yours that it would then confuse people who intend to patronize you, causing you to lose, potential client, or causing your potential clients to fall into the wrong hands while they are thinking that they are dealing with you. So just having this legal backing, that prevents abuse of your name. It's really a useful thing to have. Another reason you might want to consider a trademark registration is to, leverage on the exclusive rights that it gives you. The kind of right that trademark gives you is an exclusive right. That means it prevents any other person from using a mark, not just a mark that is exactly yours, but a mark that is even so closely related to yours in the same line of business with you. It prevents them from using a mark that is similarly confusing with yours. And this is something that a business can take advantage of and can benefit from. Also, like I was trying to discuss under the second leg of legal protection, where I was talking about protecting your clients from, dealing with other people who they think is you, but are not offering the same kind of service that you offer, or are not offering the quality of service that you offer. So having a trademark helps you guarantee quality and value to your clients, because then your clients can then know what originates from you, and they know a certain quality that they can expect. They know a certain quality they can expect. They know a certain value that they can get when they reach out to you. And that's made possible because of your trademark, which they can recognize and which you can even defend if you have a trademark. Another way that your business can benefit from a trademark registration is because it just simplifies brand identification. So wherever you see certain marks, you just know that, this is this person's product, right? So maybe if you hear Just Do It, you know that it's Nike. If you see Dangote's logo, whether you see it on a salt or on a cement, you know that it's Dangote. If you see Toyota, you just know that it's Toyota. So it just really helps you build brand identification. Customers can recognize you anywhere that you're at, and that is something that really helps your business as well. Also, it does increase business value. How does it do this? As you continue to grow, you get to see that your trademark is really a business asset. It's a value that can bring you income, because if you're looking to monetize your trademark, which maybe not every business is looking to, to do, you get to see that it's something that you can license or have an arrangement with other people, just in a way that can bring income to you. And besides that, it just builds your brand worth. When people are dealing with a certain brand, the perception of that brand, which is registered, is good for the business. And so these are some reasons why you might need a trademark and how your business can benefit from a trademark. And, sometimes a trademark is what's the difference between someone who charges a certain price and someone who charges way, way, way beyond that. It's the fact that they've built the brand beyond the legal protection of the name of the brand. They've built that brand, but the fact that they then have a legal protection over that brand makes it solid, makes it such that people cannot intrude on or infringe on without consequence.